A brand, it's more than a logo, and it's not just for the big boys and girls. Well, so you're looking at potentially rebranding rather than have a logo produced. So why would you consider a rebrand? There's many reasons why companies come to us when they're looking at a rebrand. One is that you had a logo produced when you first started in business, and now that looks a little outdated, maybe a little amateur, a bit homemade, and could be restrictive to your business potential or the goals you're looking to achieve. It could be that you need to differentiate yourself from your competitors. Now, all sectors are competitive, and having that brand stand out from the others is quite important. You may have had a change in strategy for how you're going to move forward and grow the business. It could be something where you're looking to potentially sell the business in a few years and get yourself ready for that sale to maximize on the revenue you can get back from that. Well, a brand can really help with that solution too. You may have grown in both turnover revenue, but also the services that you provide may have changed and your brand isn't aligned with that anymore. You might just look old-fashioned. There might not be too much that's changed in your business, but it still doesn't sit right in the marketplace, and you need to achieve that. It could be something where you're looking to make sure that your team internally, your customers, everyone understands your brand positioning and the brand values that you have. You want to present that more effectively. So everyone, even when they're answering the phones, when you're looking at having your online brochures or sometimes printed brochures, which still work, by the way, can be created. It's all around that new brand and style. Something where they'll be proud to have it on the building, in the boardroom, in the meeting rooms, on their sweatshirts, on the vans, on the windows, something that they're really proud of and will help drive that brand forward for you. At the moment, perhaps your brand ID doesn't do that. Now, that element of brand ID, I'd like to clarify that a brand isn't the logo. The output is that logo, that brand ID, that word mark or that symbol or whatever it's going to be. That is the output of all the work that needs to be done to figure out what your brand should be. Those colours in that brand, the style of that brand logo will be determined by all of the research first against your objectives to make sure that's achieved. Along with that, you may also have a strapline created. We can talk about that separately. On that point, there was a client of ours who, an international provider of castings. We were looking at potential rebrand. We did all the research. We looked at the competitor landscape. We looked at all the elements that go into creating a brand. Looked at creating their positioning statement and their value proposition, their point of difference. All that was done. And when we came down to the brand ID, we looked at it and went, actually, we should keep the logo style, the brand ID style the same. Just create a strap line that positions it a little better. Rather than throw the baby out with the bathwater, they'd got some good recognition in their sector, and it would have been more detrimental to change the actual brand ID style rather than just enhance it with all the other work that we've done, put that into their marketing materials, put into their positioning, change the copy on the website to suit, and that is going to do a brilliant job for them. So overall, what's the reason for rebrand? It's to increase bottom line. There should be a business reason for doing it rather than I don't like my logo. So if you don't like your logo, there's going to be a reason for that. That's the bit we need to find out. What is it that's driving you to think it's not right? And that's where we can help you come up with the right brand ID to make sure it's going to work for you moving forward. So there are many elements to the brand ID which we can go into detail with you. But if you are looking, as I assume you are because you're on this video, at looking at potentially having a rebrand, then get in touch. We can have a conversation, no obligation on our part or yours to move forward. But let's have a conversation to figure out how we can help you decide how best to approach it and what we can do to help you achieve your business objectives if you are serious about looking at achieving them. So click on the link, phone the number, whatever it is you choose to do, and hopefully we'll speak to you soon. Thank you.